Wait, is AI actually gonna steal all of our jobs? Or, wake up one day, become totally conscious, and pull a full-on Terminator takeover on humanity? Well, welcome to this deep dive explainer. Today, we are gonna completely bust the dangerous, fake AI narratives and mythology that are frankly actively holding us back as we head into 2026. Because the reality is, the things we misunderstand about artificial intelligence far outweigh what we actually know. Okay, let's dive right into this.
Right now, literally everywhere you look, from corporate boardrooms all the way to internet forums, people are just so polarized. You've got one group that views AI like this magic wand that's going to completely replace humans, and then on the flip side, another group that totally dismisses the whole thing as just some overhyped tech bubble. And guess what? Both of these extreme groups are dead wrong. Because of these intense misbeliefs, individuals and entire businesses are making incredibly costly decisions. The core problem here isn't really the AI technology itself, it's the wild, fake narratives surrounding it.
All right, let's get into section 1, top AI myths debunked. Let's systematically break down how AI actually works, and maybe even more importantly, what AI is absolutely not, by sticking to the hard science and expert data. So, our first major myth is this idea that AI actually understands things, just like you and I do. The reality, it absolutely doesn't. Modern AI models, like the large language models powering all those chatbots used today, operate purely on statistical patterns. They scan massive amounts of text data, find the patterns, and then simply predict what the next word or concept should be. It's like a giant puzzle. When an AI flawlessly explains quantum physics to you, it's just matching text patterns. It's not actually grasping the physics. It has zero inner experience or intention. Treating AI output as genuine human insight is a huge mistake. It's really just a highly capable text generator that desperately needs your human judgment. And that naturally leads us right into the myth of consciousness. We tend to project ourselves onto AI. It's kind of like seeing faces in the clouds, right? But as expert neuroscientist Anil Seth brilliantly points out, intelligence and consciousness are two fundamentally completely different things. Intelligence is about doing, like solving a complex puzzle or driving a car. Consciousness, though, that is about feeling and being, like actually tasting and enjoying a great cup of coffee. An AI model merely simulates intelligence. It is just software. The human brain is not a silicon computer, and consciousness isn't just the accidental result of complex math. So no matter how advanced it gets, AI is not a living, breathing mind. Which builds directly into our next point, the myth of objectivity. People love to think machines are just 100% unbiased and fair. That is a massive misconception. AI is trained on human data, and it operates on the golden rule of computing: garbage in, garbage out. If the data it's fed contains human, historical, cultural, or statistical imbalances, the AI isn't just going to inherit them, it's actually going to amplify them. For example, facial recognition systems have historically worked best on lighter-skinned males and worst on darker-skinned females. Why? Simply because of skewed training data. If you are using AI for things like hiring, healthcare, or lending money, rigorous testing isn't just some nice-to-have idea. It is absolutely compulsory to make sure the tool actually works safely for everyone. And that brings us to the myth of infallibility. Spoiler alert, AI makes mistakes, and worst of all, it fails highly confidently and super convincingly. In the industry, we call this a hallucination. Remember, these chatbots are essentially just trained to predict the next word and produce text that sounds plausible and natural to us. They're not trained to produce text that is necessarily objectively true. They will confidently look you in the digital eye and give you false information that reads perfectly well. This is exactly why blindly trusting AI for critical business decisions is incredibly dangerous, and why human review is always mandatory. Now, check out this number from the World Economic Forum's predictions for 2026. This leads directly into probably the biggest fear out there: mass layoffs. Is AI going to just end all human jobs? Well, yes, AI is projected to displace roughly 85 million jobs globally. But here is the kicker. It is also projected to create 97 million brand new ones. That is a net gain of 12 million jobs. History consistently shows us that automation transforms roles. It doesn't just eliminate human work entirely. Think about it. AI might increase diagnostic efficiency for a doctor by 30%, but it completely lacks the emotional intelligence needed for actual bedside patient care. The future absolutely belongs to those who learn to collaborate with AI, not the people who try to run away from it. All right, let's step away from the software side of things for a second. There's this super pervasive myth that AI just exists ethereally up in the digital cloud, but the reality is heavily physical.
AI's rapid growth poses a massive environmental challenge, with a huge footprint in carbon, land, and water usage. These sprawling data centers require advanced microchips, incredibly intensive cooling systems, and massive electricity grids just to function day to day. Just how massive are we talking? Well, data centers consume an estimated 460 billion kilowatt hours of electricity annually. To put that crazy number into perspective, that is the equivalent of powering almost 44 million US households for an entire year. Furthermore, a single, simple ChatGPT query consumes about 10 times more energy than a standard Google search. The environmental cost of AI is an undeniable physical reality that we literally just cannot afford to ignore when we scale these operations up.
Moving on to Section 2, Real-Life AI Blunders. Let's transition into some real-world examples to show you exactly what happens when people blindly trust these systems without really understanding their limits. Take the now famous lawsuit blunder. A New York lawyer actually filed a legal brief in a real court that was completely packed with entirely fictitious case citations. When the judge launched an inquiry, the lawyer had to embarrassingly admit he used ChatGPT for his research, and the AI had just confidently lied to him, assuring him the cases were real. This perfectly highlights that exact hallucination danger we were just talking about.
We see really similar blind spots when it comes to predictive accuracy too. In healthcare, AI is usually fantastic at pattern recognition, like spotting skin lesions in dermatology. However, a fascinating study by the British Medical Journal revealed a pretty stark contrast. In highly controlled lab settings, the AI achieved an impressive 90% accuracy. But when they moved that exact same AI into diverse, messy, real-world hospital settings, that accuracy plummeted to between 75 and 80%. It completely struggles with situations it wasn't perfectly trained for.
Then we have the stark reality of algorithmic outputs. Amazon once built an automated AI hiring tool that randomly started rejecting resumes from female applicants. Why? Simply because the system was trained on historical, male-dominated tech industry data. In another really jarring instance, an AI tool that was actually designed to unblur faces reconstructed a pixelated image of Barack Obama into a white man. These blunders definitively prove that the perfectly neutral, totally unbiased AI myth is completely false. Which brings us to Section 3, the real impact.
So, what does this all mean, and why does it matter to you? Well, shifting our focus to the tangible benefits of knowing the actual reality behind AI reveals some immediate practical advantages. First up is accurate cost control. People always assume AI is infinitely cheaper than human labor, totally ignoring the cost of integration, cybersecurity, and retraining. In reality, the total cost of ownership over 3 years often equals the cost of a human employee. Knowing this lets you budget properly. Second, it ensures your legal safety, protecting you from devastating lawsuits caused by blindly trusting AI. Third, it promotes environmental responsibility, guiding you to choose sustainable tech vendors. And finally, it creates workforce synergy. You get to combine human empathy and creative thinking with AI's high-volume efficiency.
There's also this lesser-known, kind of uncomfortable truth behind the scenes. We like to think AI is just this fully automated magic. It isn't. To make generative AI safe and filter out all the toxic web data, there is literally an army of invisible workers. These are real human beings, mostly in developing countries, working for very low wages, doing the grueling background work to label undesirable content. This manual human labor is the secret hidden engine keeping these models clean and operational for the rest of us.
And honestly, because of how these models are built from the ground up, many AI experts actually prefer a completely different term over hallucinator. They prefer calling the technology a bullshitter. I know it sounds harsh, but it's technically incredibly accurate. These chatbots have zero regard for actual truth. Their entire design prioritizes generating flowy, plausible-sounding language. They are built to sound right, not to actually be right.
All right, let's wrap this up with Section 4, Summary and Conclusion. Let's do a rapid-fire recap of the absolute most crucial things you need to take away from this. Number 1, AI is a statistical pattern matcher. It is definitely not a conscious entity with human understanding. Number 2, AI is not entirely objective. It inherits and amplifies our own historical data biases. 3, because it confidently generates plausible false information, human supervision is absolutely 100% mandatory. 4, AI is going to transform roles and demands new human skills, not just cause mass jobs to vanish into thin air. And 5,
The safety limitations and massive environmental costs of AI are very real physical challenges we have to face. So, the ultimate takeaway, we shouldn't fear AI. We just need to thoroughly understand its real limitations so we can actually use it wisely as the powerful tool it was meant to be. I really hope this explainer has completely cleared up any wild myths you might have had about artificial intelligence. If you found this structured breakdown valuable and learned something new today, please go ahead and hit that like button. And I really want to hear from you. What is the absolutely craziest AI myth you still hear people confidently believe? Let me know down in the comments. Ultimately, AI won't replace humans, but humans who know how to use AI will absolutely replace those who don't. If you love focused, research-backed explainers exactly like this one, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next deep dive. Until then, keep learning and stay curious.